Hi guys, Jessie Clifton here again. I hope day one was amazing for you. I saw some of your posts and it was awesome about your why you became a coach, why you want to go Emerald, what your daily schedule is going to be like. And that was great. That's exactly what we wanted. And just keep plugging in with us every single day. We have these homework assignments for you and there's a reason why we have them. Your why you became a coach, we wanted to remind you. Sometimes it gets lost in the shuffle of as things are going of why did you become a coach? Why do you love it? And then why do you want to go Emerald? We want you to think about these things because it does mean it is important that you realize what that actually could do for you, for your life, for your finances, for your future, for your friends and family, the ripple effects that you will have. So thank you to those of you that did get your homework in. For those of you that didn't, shame on you. Just kidding. You have days to catch up on that, so make sure you do plug in and get that homework done for you. So I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about Hey Girls, inviting and form, and asking for referrals as well. So what I do is, I'm like looking over at my notes as well. We always tell you guys, being in salespeople, it's sleazy. No one wants to feel that way. And I'm going to give you what I do as a coach to help me feel like I'm not being salesy. Trust me, I was actually in sales. Before, and this is a whole different beast and a whole different animal. This is not sales. This is actually forming relationships. Sales, it was sleazy, it was weird because it was people I didn't know. This is an opportunity for me to actually reconnect with people and build those relationships that I had in the past. And because with social media, you just become in this your own little cyclo, and you need to break out of it and be a human being and talk and be authentic and not be a salesperson, because people can smell that and they can sniff that out and they don't like it. Sorry, I have a migraine right now and my head's kind of foggy, so bear with me. So hey girls, let's talk about that. I don't cold message. Some people are amazing at cold messages. I hate it. I can't stand it. It feels icky to me. It's not authentic. So I like to build messages. So what I do for my Hey Girls is I build them into something that feels genuine and authentic. So my Hey Girls consist of birthday messages. So I look on Facebook for birthdays and I actually message those people individually and just like, hey girl, just wanted to say happy birthday to you. I hope everything's going well. I saw that you went on this trip. How was it? Or, hey, I wanted to pop in here. I know your Facebook page gets inundated with birthday messages and as it should, because you're an awesome human being, but I wanted to make sure that I sent you a special message, did that extra effort because you meant so much to me back in the day. How are you? And it starts building those authentic relationships again, because you'll get lost in the shuffle of birthdays if you're wishing someone a happy birthday. But if you send them a genuine and heartfelt message on their birthday, that says something and they do respond to it. Or make a phone call. If it's somebody that you have their phone number, call them on the phone. If you can text them during the day, but do something more personal other than the generic Facebook, here's the 7 people that it's their birthdays. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. No. Take the time. And if this is somebody that you want on your team, if this is somebody that you want in a challenge group, if this is somebody that you want a relationship with again, message them individually on their birthdays. It's the easiest thing that you can go about. I also send messages to people just when I see they post something interesting online. Like if I'm looking for something, they post this awesome moisturizer or leggings or something, like I message them like, hey, I saw you made a post about this. I want to know more information. Because people like feeling like they're the experts. So if you put it in their court and you're just like, hey, I want to know about this. By the way, how is everything going? How are you? That, again, is a great conversation starter, because they feel like you're going to them for something. They feel empowered. They feel special because you value their opinion. Then you ask about their life and everything, and it doesn't feel icky or anything. This comes off of, if you're doing your power hour, scrolling through your newsfeed and seeing what people are doing. So that's commonly where I find my people, is when I'm doing my 15 minutes in my power hour on my newsfeed. I find something sparks my attention. I'm like, oh my gosh, Sarah, how are you? How's everything going? Are you still living here? Blah, blah, blah. You just popped up in my newsfeed and I just wanted to say hi. Simple. Another thing of what I do Hey Girl with as well is I comment to everybody that has liked my hard call to actions, soft call to actions, transformation post primarily. So if someone likes my transformation post, I always message them. I give it a few days, and I'm just like, hey, just wanted to reach out to you. Thank you so much for liking my post. It's so uncomfortable doing that, and it really makes me feel special. I just always figured I want to post these results because this is part of my journey, and if it inspires one person, I'm doing my job. How's everything going with you? Simple. And if you're responding to them saying this is you're responding to their transformation like, that right there is a perfect example of how you can easily lead into an invite. I also want to talk about forming. So this is a great way to kind of guide your conversations if you are uncomfortable with your conversations. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to post in the comments below or comments above a link that actually Beachbody created on how to kind of word these conversations as well. So if you haven't heard of FORM, it stands for Family, Occupation, Recreation, and Message. So you want to, these are questions that you can ask to get to know these individuals, because the more you know about them, the better you can recommend a product for them. If you know they have 3 kids, they're running around like crazy, and they also have a full-time job, you know they're crunched for time and they need simple solutions for themselves. So family, how's the family doing? How's your dad doing? How are your kids? What's going on? Ask about their family. Do you have kids? If this is a brand new conversation, brand new person, do you have kids? Are you married? Get to know them. Ask these personal questions as well. Occupation, what do you do for a living? Or do you like it? Where is that at? Is it a lot of time outside of home? Does it take away, like that sounds like it takes away from your family a lot. Recreation, what do you do for fun? I saw you went hiking. Where are your favorite hikes? Do you do that often? And then your message and like, hey, this is where everything is. So you want to use those, you can use the form mentality with that as you're building those conversations, because if you don't feel that you can naturally have a conversation with somebody, these are great things to fall back on. Ask about their family. You want to know about them personally, their occupation, their recreation, all of that. So now getting to the nitty-gritty of the inviting. So these conversations, it's never, and it should never be just a one wham bam thank you ma'am kind of invite. So as it kind of evolves and they ask you these questions, because the more you ask about them, they're going to naturally reciprocate and ask about you as well. The worst conversations are always the ones that you're asking all the questions, it's just like one side and they're like, oh yeah, that's it. Okay, that's cool. All right. And then if those go nowhere, just be like, you can cut them off. I always cut those off, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you anyways. You're not my people. You can cut them off if you want to. You can keep going, and you can go straight into the invite. So the invite, what it is, this is super important. You want to make sure you have your challenge groups and what you're inviting them to already set up. So if you don't already have, for the next 3 months, this is going to be what you need to know is when your challenge groups are going to start for the next 3 months. I always like to run my challenge groups 21 days, and these are my paid challenge groups. So I do paid challenge groups, and I also do free groups. My paid challenge groups, they have to be drinking Shakeology. Preferably, they also have to be doing a Beachbody program. If they're not, if they're just going to CrossFit or something, or going to the gym, I kind of let that slide. But my paid challenge groups, they have to be at least drinking Shakeology and be a customer of mine. So those are usually 21 days, and I always start those the first Monday of every single month. Then I also have a 5-day free clean eating group that I run on Facebook. So my challenge groups I run on the Challenge Tracker app. The paid groups I run on Facebook, because that's more familiar with people that are on Facebook, is the free clean eating groups. Those I typically have the last Monday of every month. So if it's like an off week, like this week or this month, instead of it being on like the 27th, because I think that's the end of the month, it's the week before. So it's the week before the end of the month. That way I can get all of those people. It's always the week before I have a challenge group starting, because I use my last Hail Marys and call to actions at the end of that group for those that join my free group. My inviting, whenever I go into a conversation, whenever it leads to that and I can feel it and I'm like, oh, this is a perfect time to invite them. I'm like, hey, Susie. So you know what, this is going to be a little awkward, it's kind of out there, but I have a challenge group. As you know, I'm a Beachbody coach. I have a group coming up on March 6th. It's 21 days, and it's all focused on health, accountability, fitness. It's really what has helped me this last year and a half. Is that something you'd be interested in? If not, not a big deal. If you know someone that's interested in, I'm having these groups. So also, if you know someone that would want to be, is interested in health and fitness and wanting to do a group like this, please send them my way as well. So that way it's not worded like that, but I have my own little template that I use. But basically I just say, hey, I have a group starting. I don't know if this is something you'd be interested in, but if you are, I'd love for you to join me. And then if you don't, if you know somebody, let me know. And they naturally ask me the details. I tell them about Shakeology, the All Access Challenge Pack, the group, how the workouts work, why I love them. And then I weave in from our forming conversation that we had, I weave in all of those different little conversations. Like, this is why I love these challenge groups. Like you, I am really busy. I have a full-time job, and so it's my way that I get my healthiest meal of the day, and in the morning where I'm not rushing around trying to make scrambled eggs, and I don't go through a drive-thru, and it keeps me on budget because I'm also trying to save money. It's a time for me to get away where I have that focused time on me again. I have something for me that's positive, and I'm losing weight because I don't feel healthy in my own skin. And I kind of weave in the different pieces of their conversation. So this piece is typically where I kind of go off script and I talk about things that they've already told me about their lives. And if they just say, no, that's too much money, I can't afford something like that, hey, not a big deal. I actually run free 5-day groups on, it's kind of like mini Cliff Note versions of my challenge groups on Facebook. All free. I have sample meal plans that I use. It's not the same ones that you get with the programs, but they are also still effective. You have the option to put in Shakeology if you want to. If you don't, it's not a big deal. It's all free. You want me to add you to that group instead so you can start on this journey? 9 times out of 10, they say yes to the free group after I've already pitched them and talked to them about the paid challenge group because I already have their attention there. So then I put them in my free group. If at all they say no, they don't want to, then I just say, hey, not a big deal. I knew it was a long shot. I just want to throw that out there. Let me know if you know anyone that would be interested in it, and I would be happy to add them into that group as well. What I've toyed around with, and I'm probably going to implement again, is bringing into the free groups. If they refer somebody to join the free group with them, I will send them a pack of Shakeology. So if they invite 5 people to join the group with them, I will give them 5 packets of Shakeology. So that's something I'm going to do again this month. The first month I did that, it was a great success, and it was a great referral stream for me because that's 5 new people that I never had contact with before because it's their friends and family. And then that's an easier way to set up inviting them to coaching later. And I just document, okay, Jessica invited 5 people. Check. She's also joining this group. Check. So she's on the top of my radar to know to invite her to my next What Is Coaching event. So I hope this helps. Look at I have all this typed out as well because I wasn't planning on doing a video, but I will post all of this in the comment section, as well as the link that helps conversations and how to form those conversations. So if you have any questions, please post them below, but always remember, start it off with a, hey girl, how are you? Get to know them, form them a little bit. Don't be so obsessed with asking, like, I need to ask 1 question, 2 questions, 3 questions. Naturally let the conversation flow. Pretend like you're talking to your best friends, because they will be your best friends. Pretend like you're talking to your best friend of how you would naturally have a conversation with them, and just be you. Be authentically you in your message, because that's what's going to portray through everything. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, comment them below, and I will be posting our homework assignments later on in the day. Have a good day, guys.